and let's hope I don't get robbed while I'm doing this as well, as the central area here is not necessarily known for being the safest. Definitely, I think according to crime stats, it's actually the most dangerous, but most of it's just, you know, pickpocketing, mugging, that kind of stuff. Nothing too violent, or at least that's what I'm telling myself now. So I'm gonna try once again to not get robbed or killed, and if possible to avoid as much pain as possible. So looks like I'm here in Plaza de la Libertad or something, or maybe it's Plaza of Liberty or something to that effect. But anyhow, I stopped here because I see this building around, and I've always wondered what this building is exactly, and I guess I'm still not 100% sure, but I think this might be a university of some sort, IU Digital de Antioquia. Perhaps it's a digital university, as the name implies. Oops, I had to blow off a bug from the GoPro there. So it's perhaps, yeah, perhaps it's a, I mean, if it's not a university building, it's probably some kind of government building. So look a little closer, see whether or not we can actually figure out whether it is wood to accessorize this or concrete. No, indeed it is concrete that's just been painted. So pretty cool, and I always love interesting buildings, so I thought I'd come in and get a closer look at that. And here are some of the other sort of government buildings around. I can't remember exactly which one that is, but I'm sure it's easy enough to figure out with a quick Google search. But yeah, no, I'm so glad I came across this building here. I'm actually headed to the water museum, if I can find it. I know, a museum of water, what? But yeah, no, I thought it'd be interesting. And also, Medellin is one of the few places in South America that where you can actually drink the tap water. You don't have to worry about it, or at least I've been doing it for the last month, and I'm mostly okay. But yeah, no, it's so I'm curious what things they do to kind of keep their tap water clean. Finally made it to the Museo del Agua, so the water museum. So looking forward to checking this out. It seems like a cool spot so far. If nothing else, I'm hoping they, well, I mean, I kind of need to use a restroom, so I'm sure, assuming they have a baño in there. So if nothing else, I'm going to pay to use the baño. And admission, I think it's like 6,000 pesos, so it's like a couple bucks, so it's not bad. Pretty much, you know, yeah, for a museum, it's super cheap, because I'm used to museums in North America. It's like 50 bucks for admission, kind of, you know, kind of nutty. Of course, this is probably a smaller museum, but still, looking forward to learning all about water at the Museo del Agua. Okay, cool. So it looks like they do timed entries. I'm assuming that they actually have a tour guide, because I think she said that the English tour starts at 2 o'clock, which is good, because that's only about 10 minutes away, so shouldn't be too long. Although it foiled my plan of using their restrooms. I'm assuming they have them inside, and I'm assuming they'll let me go use them at some point. But either way, worst case scenario, I just go and find a place where they do have it. But either way, you'll have a timed entry. I'm assuming they'll still be doing that when you're here, and you just kind of show up and bring this. It'll be all good. Check that out. While I was waiting for the water museum, this building caught my eye, and as you guys already know, I love interesting buildings. So it's called like the EPM or something, I think that building's kind of called. But I don't know if it's a apartment building of some sort, people live there maybe, but it was interesting that there's vegetation on like every sort of balcony there. It's kind of cool. And if it is a commercial building, that's interesting too, that they kind of, you know, kind of dot the building with vegetation. It's probably cool for anyone there, and it doesn't, yeah, it's funny because I'm trying to decide if this looks like a new building or an old building. It kind of looks a little bit like both, yeah, but interesting and sort of industrial, almost like a weird futuristic design back when they thought the future was all going to be like this. And obviously I'll have to look up exactly what's going on with this, but don't want to wander too far away because my tour is starting soon at the water museum. But I just wanted to make sure I investigate that, because it's a good chance after the water museum I'll be so overwhelmed by the history of water that I'll completely forget to come back here and check that out. So alright, so I'm inside the water museum. Turns out the tours are only done in Spanish, so it's interesting. So they've given me this little book here for me to follow along with, kind of, to varying degrees of success, but it's still fun to kind of take a look around. And it's actually a lot of really cool, like, multimedia experience. As you can see, this is kind of a cool room, the way they've lit it all up, and it's still, you know, so I think we're probably about halfway through the tour right now, and it's still interesting. I mean, I'm still amused, so it's fine. And I mean, I've got this little book to read along, so that's nice. And I'll, you know, if nothing else, just the visual and the audio sensations of this are really cool. So I won't give away too much of the tour. I'll talk about a little bit more when I finally get done the whole thing. I'll give you my sort of lowdown on it. But yeah, no, so far the water museum, not quite what I expected, but fun. Kind of cool. So they have a little biosphere thing here that they've got going on, and it's been sealed since the very first day the museum was open, and I believe they opened in 2012. And so yeah, everything in here has been alive and completely self-sustaining for, what would that be, like 12 years or something like that. So absolutely wild how everything in there is still alive. I just finished my visit to the Museo del Agua, or the water museum, and it was pretty cool. So I was not at all like what I expected. They definitely put a lot of work into creating a great experience for you. A lot of multimedia stuff, a lot of audio visual, like just even when you're riding you know, you guess you don't really need an elevator, but they've put the elevator in there, and they've made the elevator part of the experience as well, because there's stuff going on while you're in the elevator as well. It definitely would have been easier if I understood Spanish. I mean, they were nice enough to give me a little book. There was one guide that did speak English, and so he tried to fill me in as much as he could, but you're kind of walking through the whole experience. Like, it's not going to happen quickly, so give yourself at least an hour and a half to get through it, because yeah, you just have to experience every single room, and the guys do try to help if you don't speak English, but definitely, I mean, if you don't speak Spanish, but definitely your life will be a lot easier if you speak Spanish, or at least some Spanish, not, you know, like the really, you know, bad Spanish that I speak and the barely there, but they really do help. And like I said, there are so many visual elements to it all that you can still get an idea. The museum is, I mean, it is geared probably more towards kids, though. That's the other thing to keep in mind. You know, as an adult, you might think, oh, I already know this. I know what H2O is, but, you know, just whatever. Just, if you do drop in there, just throw all those preconceived ideas and just enjoy it. Just be in the moment, be in the space. They've worked really hard to create a really, really beautiful space for you. And, you know, just go in there and say, hey, I love water. Who doesn't love water? So, you know, it's all good. And I was glad that I was able to find a restroom in there, because when you need to, you know, you need to pee, going into a museum about water doesn't really help. And oh, look, I hear thunder in the background. So I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do. I mean, I was gonna roam around here, but if it's gonna storm on me, I might find somewhere indoor. I think that's the sort of park or square where they've got all those poles that light up that no longer light up. They're kind of broken, but either way, it's kind of a cool area. Thought I'd try to catch a little bit more of this footage from here, and before the skies open up and rain on me here. Lots of thunder sort of threatening in the background. As you can see, the clouds have kind of moved up over me here, so I'm trying to decide what how I'm gonna amuse myself, because in just a moment I'm sure it's going to get really tricky to walk to the destination that I want to get to. So I might have to find a way to kill some time before I do that. But in the meantime, let's get this going on, and let's hope I don't get robbed while I'm doing this as well, as the central area here is not necessarily known for being the safest. Definitely, I think according to crime stats, it's actually the most dangerous, but most of it's just, you know, pickpocketing, mugging, that kind of stuff. Nothing too violent, or at least that's what I'm telling myself now. So we will see. And but at least here there seems to be I mean, actually most of Medellin, there is a very, very visible police presence everywhere. And so, you know, even if I do, you know, something does happen, they'll get in soon-ish to help me out. So we'll figure it out. Alright, so I found the market, the Placita de Flores, which is similar to the Plaza Minorista that you saw, that you may have seen earlier in one of my other episodes. But this is located in a much safer neighborhood, and it also looks like it's a little bit less chaotic in there as well. Well, I mean, it looks like it's a little bit better organized is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But let's see what's going on. I'm gonna try once again to not get robbed or killed, and if possible to avoid as much pain as possible. But let's see how that goes. Okay, and okay, so it's a sort of little fruit market that you kind of see similar to the Plaza Minorista. And let's go on up here just to see whether or not there's anything that let's see what it's all about. So there it is. Let's see. Okay, I see what's going on here. So it is a market, same thing, just a much smaller version of Plaza Minorista. There is the seafood, there is sort of random things, groceries that one might enjoy if you've got a home. Hola. Hola. And yeah, so basically, yeah, it's if Plaza Minorista is a little bit too freaky for you and a little bit too dangerous, kind of run through the Placita, this market here, and you basically get a small sort of taste of exactly what that market is, but without the excitement and the danger, I guess. But the excitement and danger is half the fun. However, that's all right, you know. It's not for everyone. So, but hopefully you enjoy my little quick tour here of the and there's also a second floor. Looks like they're selling flowers up there, but also it doesn't look like they're open right now, and this section here is closed. Let's see if I can get upstairs and take a look at what's going on there. So it's just some housewares, some spices. Let's see what's going on upstairs. Alright, so yeah, let's see. So there's more produce up here, and there is, I don't know what there is. There's some housewares, and there's dirt if you want to for your garden. So there's like almost like a little garden center up here. But that's interesting. Okay, so not a ton up here, but mostly housewares and homewares. I'm gonna try to sneak my way back downstairs. That was my quick visit inside the market there. You can see, hello, you can see on the outside there's some stalls sort of that dot the outside of the plaza as well, those little shops. So if you're looking for especially housewares, and yeah, if you're looking for housewares, little snacks, or fresh, definitely if you're looking for fresh ingredients, it's a great place to come check it out. And like I said, they've got a little garden center almost at the top, second floor there, and a lot of plants here to buy. If you're here for an extended period of time, you want to grow a little garden, you can do that with the things you find here. And like I said, it's not as scary as the Plaza Minorista. Much smaller. Like I said, it's not even like this isn't even like a tenth of the size of the Plaza Minorista, but definitely it is a lot less scary. So if you want to check it out, I highly recommend it. It's completely safe. Well, I mean, it's as safe as anything is here in Colombia. And yeah, so the Placita de Flores, I guess it kind of translates to flower market somehow, but even if it doesn't, that's okay, because I don't know what I'm talking about half the time here because I don't speak Spanish, but I'm getting better every single day. But there's also things in the neighborhood you could explore, unlike Plaza Minorista, which I do not recommend anyone explore the area or the neighborhood around Plaza Minorista unsupervised, or at all, really. Don't do that. But here it looks pretty safe. Here it looks like you can explore and get some stuff and it will be all right. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump across the street here, try not to get hit, and we will see what's going on. So if you enjoyed that little visit to the safer Plaza Minorista substitute, give me a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna keep exploring here. Wish me luck. If I remember correctly, that building there, the white one that's kind of sharp at the top there, is the tallest building in Medellin. It is, to the best of my knowledge, a government building of some sort. I'll check it out, but yeah, look, there's the tallest building in Medellin, and I think I may have video it somewhere else as well, so who knows, maybe I'll find it. But either way, that's the tallest building in Medellin, at least according to me for now. I just stumbled upon this church here in Centro right now, and I can't say I've ever seen another church like it. It's lit in a very unique way, as you can see, and I think there is some kind of a ceremony going on. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to be as undisruptive as possible, because obviously people are here doing their thing and worshiping, and I'm trying to be very respectful of that. But I did want to show you the inside of this church. And so this was the church I was just in. I don't see a name. Maybe it's the San Jose, because there's the commercial sort of area over there with the little market. Although the name of the church might be on this sign over here. Let me check it out. It is the Paraque San Jose Centro Medellin. So yeah, I guess it is kind of like the San Jose church, or something like that. And I was also told, like, Junin Street, I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, I want to call it Junin, but I was told it's one of the fanciest shopping streets in all of Medellin, and so I thought I'd check it out. So far hasn't seemed that fancy, but I guess it's more, but I guess it is a little bit more sort of properly organized than some of the markets I've been on. And this street here is closed off to pedestrians. I mean, closed off for just pedestrians, which I like. And so you can kind of wander down this way. And I guess they do have some of the Western brands here. And Bada, I'm surprised. I always think of it as a Canadian company, but I didn't expect them to have so many stores down here. So I've definitely seen them around a lot. And let's see, there's a little mall hidden here, so that's kind of fun. All the vendors are pulling in because of the rain. I don't know that I see anything, because I think the way it was described to me, I was expecting all the high-end luxury stores to be here. Maybe they're inside this plaza here. That's always possible, but they never like me filming inside the plaza. So Louis Vuitton, I think, so someone's trying to be Louis Vuitton, but they kind of decided to be Louis Vuitton. And a lot of pharmacies here. I found that too. And the cool thing is a lot of the pharmacies are open 24 hours a day, so that's always helpful. Yeah, we just try to keep dodging traffic and see where this takes me. But as it's kind of raining on me right now, I don't think you can see the rain, but I definitely feel the drops hitting on me. All right, so here I am by Park Barrio Metro Station, and it just kind of looked pretty. There's a church there, it kind of looked kind of pretty, so I thought I'd check it out. But also, right behind it, it has that building that I keep thinking is the tallest building in Medellin. So I'm just gonna keep going with that. And I'm calling it a government building, is the tallest building in Medellin. There's a statue of this guy here, who Pedro something Barrio, and yeah, he's probably either the guy that built this station, or he's the founder of the city, or something like that. Something very, very important, because you know he's got a very dignified statue. When they don't have the dignified statue, that's when they're they're kind of just a bleep in the timeline, or they're just a little bit bonkers. But yeah, no, it's kind of cool, and lots of palm trees here. They've decorated very nicely, and I'm just trying to get as much as I can in here before the rain starts up again. And around these metro stations, there's often little market areas that pop up around the metro stations here, and this is no different. You see underneath the tracks there is a lot of vendors just kind of selling their stuff, so you can get some really cheap things, shirts, baseball caps, whatever you want, souvenirs. You can probably even find, like, you know, I'm sure somewhere in there's like the Loch Ness Monster and other things of that nature. So whatever you want, you can probably find underneath one of these little market areas underneath the station. And there's the station right now in all its great chaos. I'm going to try to get in there before rush hour as well, and also before the rain starts. And so once again, like and subscribe, keep exploring. I'll talk to you soon.